Assalamualaikum and hi all. Let's continue on our lesson 4.3, which is finding an inverse matrix. So this time we are going to look at properties of inverse matrix. Okay, so these are all the properties of the inverse matrix that you need to remember. Okay, let's go through one by one. So the first three properties here is actually the same. It's quite alike with the transpose of matrix properties. Okay, so for properties number 1, inverse of A inverse is matrix A itself. So if you still remember the properties of transpose matrix, so the transpose of A transpose is actually equals to matrix A itself. Okay, number 2, the inverse of matrix A transpose is the same as finding the transpose of the inverse matrix A. Okay, and number 3, finding the inverse of the product of AB is the same as you find the B inverse first and multiply with the matrix A inverse. Okay, number 4, so we can find the determinant of inverse matrix by calculating 1 over the determinant of A. And number 5, if the results of AB is equals to BA, which is equals to I, then B is actually A inverse and A is actually the B inverse. Okay, so this is where the highlight of finding the inverse using properties. So if the product of AB is equals to alpha I, then we can find the inverse of A, which is equals to matrix B multiplied by 1 over alpha. Or we can also find the inverse of matrix B, which is equals to 1 over beta multiplied by matrix A. So now let's try the first example. Example 9 pi A. Given matrix A and matrix B, so both are 3 by 3 matrix, it is known that AB is equals to Ki, where K is a constant and I is a 3 by 3 identity matrix. Find K and hence deduce A inverse. Okay, so the word hence here is very important. It means that you need to find inverse by using the results for AB equals to Ki. Okay, so first thing is we find the product of AB. So AB okay. So 1 multiplied by 1 plus 2 multiplied by negative 10 plus 3 multiplied by 7. And we are going to repeat the steps for each element as well. Okay, so the first thing is 1 minus 20 plus 21. And the second element here, 2, 1 will be 2 minus 30 plus 28. And 1 minus 50 plus 49. Okay, so the second column here is 1 plus 8 minus 9. Okay, and then 2 plus 12 minus 12. And 1 plus 20 minus 21. For the third column, negative 1 plus 4 minus 3 negative 2 plus 6 minus 4 and negative 1 plus 10 minus 7. And the result is so we can factorize 2 and multiply by the identity matrix 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and that means AB is actually equals to 2I. Okay, so since our AB is equals to 2I, that means K is equals to 2. Alright, so we already get the value of K, so hence deduce A inverse. Okay, so since we have AB equals to 2I, multiply both sides with A inverse, because I know that A inverse multiplied by I will be A inverse itself. A inverse and A inverse. Okay. So you need to remember that if you multiply A inverse at the front on the left hand side, so on the right hand side, the inverse should be multiplied at the front as well. Okay, if you multiply at the back, so the other side should be at the back as well. Okay, so why did I multiply A inverse at the front? Okay, because we know that A inverse multiplied by A will be equals to I. Okay, so now we have IB equals to, okay, for the right hand side, I can rearrange by putting 2 at the front and A inverse will be multiplied by I. Okay, and since any matrix multiplied by I will be the matrix back, so that means IB will be equals to B and A inverse I will be equals to A inverse, and don't forget 2 is at the front. So we can put A inverse as the subject. So A inverse is equals to 1 over 2 multiplied by matrix B. So this is what we call as finding the inverse matrix using properties. Okay, so now we can multiply half by the matrix B. Okay, so this will be our final answer for A inverse. So thank you and bye bye.